Hey guys, this is Rachel from Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to be making the rose motif from the 2024 VVCAL. I've started with a slip knot that I'm going to place on my hook, and I'm going to chain 3 and slip stitch in the third chain from the hook to make my ring. And you can magic circle here, or you can chain more if you like. I just like to chain 3 and then close for the ring. And into the ring, I'm going to do a beginning 2 treble cluster. So that starts with a single crochet without chaining up. So just go straight into the center ring for a single crochet and then chain 2. And then make a regular treble crochet. And all of that combined is going to make the first 3 treble cluster of the round, or the beginning 2 treble cluster, sorry. So there's my first 2 treble cluster. I'm going to chain 2 and then make a regular 2 treble cluster. So I'm just going to yarn over twice, insert my hook in the ring, pull up a loop, draw the yarn through 2 loops on the hook twice, and repeat that once more. And then once I have my 3 loops on the hook, I'm gonna yarn over and draw through all 3 loops, and that's my first actual 2 TR cluster of the round. And then I'm just gonna chain 2 and 2 TR cluster until I have 12 2 TR clusters and 12 chain spaces. So you can see how that looks there. There's 12 there, and they will fit in the ring. You're gonna just have to scoot the stitches down together to fit more 2 treble clusters on the ring, but all 12 will fit there, and I'll show you how it looks when it's done. Okay, so here's how my round looks. I've already closed with a slip stitch in the first beginning 2 treble cluster, and now I'm gonna start working in all these chain spaces around, and I'm going to put a 3 treble cluster and chain 3 in all of these chain spaces. So in the first chain space, I'm going to make a beginning 3 treble cluster. So straight into that chain space without chaining up, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 2, and then essentially I'm going to make another 2 treble cluster here. And then the beginning treble crochet and the 2 treble cluster are going to make my first 3 TR cluster of the round. Now I'm going to chain 3. And then just make a regular 3 treble cluster. So yarn over twice, and this is going to be the same process as with the 2 treble cluster, but instead of just repeating it 2 times, you're going to repeat 3 times. So you have 3 kind of treble legs here, and you're going to have 4 loops on your hook. Draw the yarn through all 4 loops, and there's your 3 treble cluster. Now just chain 3 and continue making 3 treble cluster in all of the chain spaces around, so you should end up with 12 3 treble clusters and 12 chain spaces. Okay, so here is my round completed, and I've joined with a slip stitch in the first 3 treble cluster, the beginning one, and I've got my 12 3 treble clusters here, and I'm ready to start my third round. So in this chain space here, we're going to be working the same thing in every chain space all around. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with a beginning double crochet, which is going to be a single crochet, no chaining up, and a chain 1. That's my first double crochet of the round. And I'm going to make 2 double crochet in the same chain space. And then I'm going to make a picot, and the way I like to make a picot is by chaining 3, and then inside this the stitch that was just before the picot, which in this case it's a double crochet. So in these top side bars here, I'm going to make a single crochet. Okay, and that's going to close my picot. Some people like to go into the third chain from the hook after you chain 3. I'm okay with doing that, but I just think the picot kind of stays put a little better if you anchor it in the previous stitch, the top side of the previous stitch. So I do that with a single crochet, and I'm going to do 2 more double crochet in the same chain space. All right, and then chain 1. And that's how each of these little spiky looking things is going to be in these chain spaces. So I'm going to show you again. I'm doing 3 double crochet, Yep, if I can. 3 double crochet and then a picot. 1, 2, 3, single crochet right here, and then 2 double crochet. So there's 3 before and 2 after the picot, and then chain 1. And then just keep going all the way around until all my chain spaces are filled up. And you'll see it's kind of cupping. It's going to lay down whenever you put all these stitches in the chain 3 spaces. All right, so here's how that round is going to make everything lay flat. And I've joined with the slip stitch in the beginning double crochet there. And now I'm going to make just 2 more rounds on this hexagon. So the next round is going to start a little bit weird. We're going to go into the chain space before the chain. It was the final chain 1 space before I closed my round. So instead of going all the way over here to this next chain 1 space, I'm going to take my hook and put it back into that chain 1 space before the join. And then I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and make my first single crochet chain 1 to make a beginning double crochet in that chain space just before the join. And then I'm going to make 2 double crochet in the same chain space. So I've got 3 double crochet in that same chain space there. You can see how it comes out looking when I've gone into the chain space before the join. And now I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to work into my next chain 1 space with 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet on the next chain space, chain 1 space, and then chain 2. It's going to be our corner chain space, and you're going to see as you work this round that the picot little petal things are going to go to the back of the work, so just pop them through at the end when you're all finished. That's okay, you don't have to push them forward and work behind them or anything. You can just work the round like normal, and then when you're all done, just pop them forward to the front. So now into the next chain 1 space, I'm going to make 3 double crochet, and we're just going to alternate around with these 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then in the next chain 1 space, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and then chain 2, and that's going to be your repeat. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. It's going to look really funky until you push those picots to the front, but there's how it's going to look, and you can see how it's starting to become a hexagon. I'll show you how it looks when the round is complete. Okay, so here is my round nearly complete. I just need to join with the slip stitch in the beginning double crochet. All right, and my next round is what's really going to make this into a nice hexagon. So I'm going to work 2 single crochet, 1 in each of the next doubles. So 1, 2, and then 2 single crochet in the chain space, and 2 single crochet here, 1 and 2 in these doubles. And then I'm in my corner, I'm going to do 3 single crochet. And then basically I'm just going to single crochet across in all of the stitches and spaces, making sure you've got your 2 single crochet in the chain 2 space. So we've got 2 here, 2 in the chain space, 3 across these 3 doubles, 2 in the chain space, okay, 2 across these 2 double crochet, and I'm at my corner where I'll put 3 single crochet in the corner. All right, so whenever you count, if you lose track, you're gonna have 84 single crochet at the end, and your hexagon is gonna look just like this. So make sure you count up your stitches and that you have 84 single crochet when you're finished. And I hope you've enjoyed this super simple motif, super cute. It's the rose motif from the 2024 VVCAL. And I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.